Hey, what's up, everybody? So, I know it's been a while since I've um, posted up anything here on YouTube. Um, I might put this up on TikTok as well, so um, you might be watching this on TikTok. um, so, life's been rough, very, very rough recently for me. And I know a lot of people can relate to that. And it's, I mean, I feel like it's been rough for uh, a lot of us. And it's been rough for, I want to say like 5 or 6 years, man. Um, you know, and with me specifically, and I know I said it in my last video on YouTube, uh, but recently, back in July, my mom had passed away due to a really, really rare form of breast cancer. I mean, less than 1% of women get this particular form of breast cancer. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, super rare. Um, and Yeah, I haven't been taking it well, if I'm being completely honest. Have not been taking it well at all. And it's felt like one of the hardest times in my entire life so far. You know, I mean, I don't know how else to put it besides that. I mean, it really has just, it, in terms of like emotionally and mentally, it's felt like just one of the worst periods of time in my life. I don't really know how to handle it. Uh, and Yeah, I mean, really, what else can I say besides that? It's been really rough. I also, I recently uh, lost an uncle due to pancreatic cancer. Um, and Obviously that's been hard as well. Um, and aside from all that, just the state of the world that we live in today, it feels like, and this is what I wanted to get into with this video. It feels like the you know the political war, the culture war, has just been ramping up so much, and I don't really know what to make of it. And it feels, I'm just gonna say it. You can believe me or you cannot believe me, but I feel like a lot of it is absolutely, um, you know, there's people people that want this culture war, and they want this political war. They want all the division and the fighting and the arguing and the violence. I really truly believe that there are organizations, there's politicians, there's you know corruption and everything in between. There's people that are intentionally pushing the division in our country. There's propaganda, there's psychological operations, and like I said, you can believe it or you cannot believe it, but really, I feel like to say that there's psyops and to say that there's intentional, propaganda put in place to further divide us and keep us arguing and incite violence and everything in between. I feel like it's really not that crazy to say that. and to say that that is actually going on. As a matter of fact, I would say that if you truly believe that there's no psyops going on, there's, nothing like that, there's no evil groups in high places of high power that are pushing us to keep fighting with each other and keep everybody divided and yada yada, you're naive. You're very naive. And I'm not saying that to be insulting or to be, to feel like, oh, I know more than you, or I'm more intelligent than you. I really don't think I'm that smart, if I'm being honest. But I know that since the dawn of time, people have, behaved very tribalistically. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm making it a word, right? Everybody's behaved very tribal. They get in groups, they fight with other groups. Human beings have deceived each other since the dawn of time, like I said. And you're naive to believe that there's no psychological operations going on. There's no false flags going on. There's no, uh, there's no matters of mind control or thought manipulation going on by means of, the media that we watch, or, just anything like that. It's extremely naive to believe that none of that is a reality. It absolutely is a reality. And, like I said, I'm just reading my notes here, but like I said, it feels like the culture war and all this division and all this fighting and the violence and everything, like I said, it's intentional. A lot of it is. There's people that want all of this going on, and they're getting what they want. Excuse me. And, I feel like it's just ramping up more and more every day. And, another thing, along with all of this division and propaganda and misinformation and all that, I don't know if you guys have noticed. I'm sure a lot of people have. I see people talk about it all the time. But now more than ever, it feels extremely difficult to know what to believe, to know what is truth and what is a lie. Or, what is, it's just hard to decipher what's true anymore, especially with AI now. I mean, this AI stuff is absolutely crazy. And again, you're naive if you believe that nobody's using this AI for evil and for pushing certain agendas and certain narratives and lies. It absolutely is being used for evil. Yeah, like I said, this AI stuff is insane. How realistic some of these videos are looking, pictures, it's just wild. It's wild, and it is amazing in its own right, but at the same time, it's terrifying, because it's like, what are the implications of all this? It's so difficult to tell what is a lie and what's truth. And it makes me very, very concerned for the future. I don't know where any of it is gonna go. Um, and, I see people buying into outright lies all the time. Uh, from, and I feel silly that I even have to say it like this, but I see it from both, left wing people and right wing people as well. Which, by the way, I feel like we really, really need to just stop thinking in that mentality of like, oh, you're a red person and this person is a blue person. Like, it's childlike, and it's so tribal, like we're all human beings. And uh you know, we have to do something. We have to find some middle ground. And I do acknowledge that there's some people that are not willing to have a conversation and to find middle ground. And that's sad, that's unfortunate. But I mean, that's the reality of it. um but overall, we have to unite in some way. We have to find common ground, which really is not that difficult. you know when you think about it, it's really not that difficult. And we got to unite. We have to uh these are my proposed resolutions to what's going on in terms of like the culture war and the political war, and all of the propaganda and the lies and the deception and all the evil going on in the world. What I propose is that, and I really truly think, I really truly believe that this will do us some good in uniting people, and to quite literally fight against all the evil in the world. And that is that we get back to community, like real in-person communities. And I highly, highly recommend that every single person that comes across this, especially if you've made it this far, I appreciate it and I thank you. But I highly, highly encourage you to start reaching out to friends, family, start reaching out to your neighbors, get to know them, and start doing things with your community. I really truly believe that if we start doing things as a community, or as communities, like I said, in person, not just online, but if we do things in person as communities, we bring back, strong, tight-knit communities, strong, tight-knit families. We keep each other in the know of what's going on. We stand united against all this evil. I truly, truly believe that we will succeed and we will come out on top. The good side will prevail. But it's not going to get anywhere if we all are fighting with each other. We're not doing anything with our communities. We, just stay isolated from each other. You know, we have to come together in some way, and that sounds so cliche and it sounds so silly, but it's the truth. It's the truth. If we're all isolated, and we're not united, we can't really do much to fight against all the evil and all the corruption and all the lies and everything. We have to bring back communities. We have to bring back families. I highly, highly encourage You know, if you have a family that, you know, you're close with, um, and even if you're already having family time, you know, I would encourage, you know, as much as you can, do it more. You know, have more family time. Um, Talk about, you know, things that are important. Work together, help each other out. Um, and, you know, especially if you're someone that maybe doesn't see your family that often. And I understand, you know, we're all busy and we all got, you know, we all got busy lives, right? But at the end of the day, we have to make time. We have to make time for things that are very important in life. And like I said, if we don't come together and we don't have our tight knit families and our tight knit communities, uh, we're just going to be like sitting ducks, you know? And so that's just my message for today is, you know, there's a lot of deception going on. There's a lot of evil agendas going on, and we cannot just sit back and do nothing about it. So, again, I highly, highly encourage everybody watching this. We need to, we need to uh, bring back bring back communities. You know, in-person communities. We need to talk in person. We need to help each other out in person. And you know, we need to be human again, as silly as that might sound, because it's felt like we just have lost our humanity, but it doesn't mean that we can't bring it back. So, if you made it this far, again, I really, truly appreciate it. And I appreciate you. Um, like I said, reach out to your family, your friends, your communities, and let's start let's let's start doing this, man. Let's I'm losing my train of thought, but yeah, bring the communities back, bring back family time, and stay strong. I know it. Trust me, I know life is rough right now, and you know, a lot of this is easier said than done. You know, but the good will prevail. We have to stay moving and we have to stay united. So, again, I appreciate you guys, and I really truly wish you all the best, and have a good day. All right.